Rewind. This is Dope Nostalgia.
Welcome, everybody, to Dope Nostalgia for episode 234 with me, your host, Naomi. This week, I talked to a lovely lady from Mexico City. Her name is Mariel, and she has a fantastic podcast that's also nostalgic, Mariel Talks Pop. You can look up Mariel Talks Pop on YouTube, Mariel Talks Pop. She's had so many cool interviews on her show as well. She's talked to members of Nobody's Angel, Tanya Mitchell, Ricky Rebel from No Authority. Oh, man. Dude, she's got a few interviews in here. I'm just looking through them all right now. She does the same kind of thing. She talks about artists as well as to the artist directly. So we found each other and thought it would be really super cool to do an episode together about one of her favorites, the UK pop star, and then later television star, Billie Piper. Now, here's a little bit of background information about Billie.
Wikipedia moment.
Please bear in mind that Wikipedia can be edited by anyone at any time. If I am reading you the artist's bio, then you know it's information straight from the source.
Billie Paul Piper, born Leanne Paul Piper on September 22nd, 1982, is an English actress and former singer. She initially gained recognition as a singer after releasing her debut single, Because We Want To, at age 15, which made her the youngest female singer to enter the UK singles chart at number 1. Her follow-up single, Girlfriend, also entered at number 1. In 1998, Piper released her debut studio album, Honey to the Bee, which was certified platinum by the British phonographic industry. Her second studio album, Walk of Life, was released in 2000 and spawned her third number 1 single, Day and Night. In 2003, Piper announced that she had ended her music career to focus on acting. An extremely short career as a singer, but it was pretty impactful. When Piper became an actress, she appeared on the BBC One sci-fi series Doctor Who as Rose Tyler, companion to the Doctor, as a regular between 2005 and 2006, and made guest appearances in 2008 and 2010. In 2013, she appeared in the series' 50th anniversary special as a separate character, but still credited as Rose Tyler. She's been in The Secret Diary of a Call Girl, Showtime's horror series Penny Dreadful, Netflix original series Collateral, for which she was nominated for a British Academy Television Award for Best Supporting Actress. Piper co-created and starred in the Sky Atlantic series Hate Susie, for which she earned a BAFTA nomination for Best Actress in 2021 and 2023. Piper has starred in 5 plays since 2007 and won the 2017 Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actress in a leading role in a play for her performance in Yerma, described as a generation's best. We have a real Billie super fan to talk to us today about her career. From Mariel Talks Pop, the podcast that you can find on YouTube. Welcome, Mariel Bassori, to Dope Nostalgia.
It's nice to meet you.
You too. And thank you for making the time to do this today. I was like, I saw what you were doing out there as far as your podcast and thought, wow, like, this is incredible. Great job so far. Like, awesome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I've been watching your stuff too, and I like how connected we are when it comes to this love and passion for music. So I really appreciate you reaching out to me. So thank you.
1,000%. And so all our listeners, just so they know, the name of your show is Ready, Set, Pop Podcast, correct?
That's the show I have with my 2 friends, Lucas and Mauricio.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have two.
I have the other one that is Mariel Talks Pop, where I have interviewed other singers like you have. So
okay, so Mariel Talks Pop, because I just discovered Ready Set Pop when I was looking up your stuff too as well. So Mariel Talks Pop is the one that is is that your primary show right now?
Yes, that is.
Okay, awesome. When did you get started in podcasting?
Well, about 3, 4 years ago, when I had my first daughter, my only daughter, it's not like I have 1,000, I only have one. Um, um, I don't know why. Whenever I had the time to do some stuff when she was sleeping or so, I was like, oh, I'm gonna check out some stuff. And that's when the idea came up to start interviewing some pop singers from the late 90s and early 2000s. And that's how it began. So ever since I've been doing that.
And how have you gone about reaching out to the people you chat with?
Well, like you mean how
How do you get in contact with them?
oh, okay, okay. I try to look for emails or sometimes DM them,
Mhm.
probably the same way that you do it.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, people always think, how do you find these people? And it's not that difficult if you go through their social media channels, right? It's not too bad.
Yeah, but sometimes I've been lucky enough to have responses, and other times they leave me, with the scene
Yep,
uh, thick. And I'm like, please answer me, and nobody answers back. So, well, it happens. Sometimes it's good luck, and sometimes it's just not. So,
exactly. Exactly. I'd say probably 10% of the people I've reached out to respond.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah, it's not
more.
that easy. It's not that easy. People would think it is, but it's not.
Yeah. No. Why did you want to make a show like this? What about the idea appealed to you?
Because I've always been a huge fan of pop music, and I felt like it was good for me to let these artists know how much their music has helped me and been there for me. And well, ever since I run my Mariel Talks Pop account on Instagram, I've been having a lot of feedback, positive feedback, like, oh, you know a lot of pop music, and thank you so much for remembering this and that. And so it's really cool to stay in touch with these artists that even though are no longer singing are still in our hearts.
Yeah. And it's good to find out what they're doing now, too.
Yes, it is, and it's really cool. I've had a lot of surprises with singers I never thought I would talk to. So I bet the same with you. I saw the last week you got to interview 98 Degrees, and wow, that was really cool. I really admire that.
Thank you. That was very surprising to me as well. I felt extremely lucky to have that happen. So that's just a product of being persistent in a positive way where you just keep doing what
Exactly.
you're doing. And it's very important not to harass for what you want. Like, you just got to be patient and then things will come to you.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just don't have. We say here in Mexico, just don't take the finger out of this line. Stay there. Stay there. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And just remember to always treat everyone with respect and love
exactly. Yeah.
because they're human beings who deserve their privacy, their time, their respect, all of it. So, yeah,
Hmm.
always keep that in mind, right?
Yes, that, and well, make sure that when they say no, because some of them had said no to me, is
Hmm.
like, okay, they want to keep themselves private. They don't want to see fans anymore. So, okay, I respect that.
Yep, they have a reason for it.
Hmm.
100%.
Yeah.
I still go ahead and make an episode about somebody if they don't want to do the show, but I just do it with like maybe somebody who's very expert knowledge wise on that artist, or when we just have a
Hmm.
conversation, and it still works out great. Some of those are extremely fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fun. I do the same too because I know some artists are unreachable, if you want to call it
Yeah.
like that. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
And I have my limits too. Like I understand that, but like I'm still a growing newer podcast, and people might think, oh, well, she doesn't have enough listeners, things like that. So I understand that that's part of the growth of what I'm doing too. So
Yeah, it's organically. You have to live it organically because the people that we really appreciate what you're doing are gonna come to you. So that's what I've been doing. I have never bought a single follower. They all come because they like my content, and I'm pretty sure they will do the same with you. So it's just a matter of patience and believing in
yep,
what you do.
yeah. And you've been doing it strong for how many years now?
7.
You've been doing it a long time. That
Yeah.
means that's a true passion project.
Yes, it is. It is. I mean, I have my work and I have my stuff at home, but I always find the time to check out my pop music.
Well, yeah. If it's something you love, you don't get tired of doing it, right?
Exactly. Never. Doesn't matter. Like right now, I'm really sick. I don't know if you can feel it in my voice. I'm like with a little flu, and I was
Oh,
like,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I can't cancel to Naomi. It's like it's so rude for me. I need to be there even if I'm dying. So,
No, I would understand completely, but that's really dedicated of you. Thank you.
no, of course. And it's really cool to talk to someone that appreciates the same things that I do. So,
What's been a favorite episode of your show for you to do? Some of your
oh
favorites.
my God, so many. I really, really appreciate my first interview, which was Lindsay Pagano. Uh, do you remember her from the early 2000s?
No. Lindsay
She had a
Pagano?
Lindsay Pagano. She had a song called "Everything You Are."
Okay.
That I think that was the main theme to a TV show. I think maybe It's Me. That's called the show.
Yeah.
And she later went on to The Voice and did some stuff. And so when she replied to me and said that she would love to, she was my first interview, so that I will always remember. And Christian singers like Rachel Lampa, Crystal Lewis, that I never expected to answer back. I was like, oh my God, really?
That's huge.
So
That's
yeah.
huge.
And just like you did, I interviewed two girls from Nobody's Angel.
Hmm.
Um, they're so sweet.
They really are.
Greg Raposa from Dream Street. Yesterday, I interviewed Martin Wolinski from Bodies Without Organs, all the way from Sweden. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been. I mean, I had a lot, so it's really fun.
Yeah, no, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing good things out there. So I'm going to make sure that we tell all of our listeners about your show and what you've been up
Uh,
to.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, I noticed like your show is more like early 2000s, right? Maybe mid
Yeah,
2000s kind of thing. Okay.
yeah,
I'm a bit
late
older.
90s, early 2000s. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a bit older. That's why, like, the reason why I picked the 90s is because that was the decade where I discovered the music that I love for the most
mm-hmm,
part, right? And I'm
How
sure
old
that's
are
the same for
you?
you. I'm 46.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know
Oh,
how old you are either.
I'm 35.
Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense that we're in the different time frame like that.
Yeah.
And there's going to be people that you might have interviewed that I have no idea who they are because I feel like I kind of stopped paying attention to what was new maybe around 2010.
Yeah, same here. I don't know
Right.
many artists from that moment on. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just was kind of losing interest in what new stuff was coming out. But anyways, we today when we were talking about people we wanted to do an episode about possibly, you brought up Billie Piper.
Yes, I know
Yeah.
you gave me a huge list. I found it hard to choose just one. That's why I gave you like these are my options. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Billy has been part of my life for years. So yeah, she's really cool. I know that. Well, if you added her in your list, it's because you like her. So
I added her in my list because I've heard of her.
oh,
The truth of the matter is I don't know anything about Billie. And
oh
I
God.
I mean, part of that could be she wasn't played a lot in Canada because I'm up
Mm-hmm,
in Western Canada. And where are you
mm-hmm.
located out of? What part of the?
I am in Mexico City.
Yes, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
So
Which part of Canada did you say?
I'm in Western Canada. I'm in a city called Edmonton or near
Oh,
near
in
Edmonton.
Alberta?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
So
Great.
yeah, we're so far away from each other, but
I know, but well, thank God nowadays it's easier to connect to people with, uh, tools like Zoom and,
Mhm.
Instagram and Facebook. There's a lot of ways to keep in touch.
Yes, 100%. And Zoom became so prominent during the pandemic that it's kind of a blessing that everyone knows how to use it now.
Yes, I agree.
You know?
I agree. Yeah, but
Um,
I'm really curious to know why you chose Billie Piper, because I chose it because I like her, but why you added her when you don't know much about
One thing I thought for sure is that if you really liked her, I kind of wanted to focus on what you know about her. Um,
Okay.
and learn from you because there's a lot of time in the show where I'm actually learning from the person I talk to as well.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And it also gives me a chance to like learn about them on my own. I do a bit of research. I watch some videos and documentaries and then try to to know about that artist. She's somebody that I was curious about because her name is very prominent, especially in the UK. I knew
Yes.
very much that like she was in the Doctor Who show and she was a big star as an actress.
Well, I'm not really much into her acting career. I'm more into
Yeah.
her music because those shows that you mentioned, like Doctor Who and The Secret Diary of a Call Girl, I think it is.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know if they made it here. I don't remember seeing them here, but I was always passionate about her music. It's a shame she only lasted like 2 albums, but
Yeah. I learned a bit about her yesterday while, watching some videos going down memory lane. How did you get into Billie's music in the first place? When did you discover her?
oh well, fun story. I was in London with my parents. I was 12 and I was crazy about CD shopping. So when CDs were a thing, you know?
Yeah.
So we went into this huge store and I was crazy looking for everything that looked pop. And all of a sudden I have it here. I found Billie's second album, Walk of Life. And
Nice.
I was like, I think I've heard of her name. I didn't remember where, if a magazine or a TV show. I didn't remember exactly.
Hmm.
But then I thought, this must be good. So I told my dad, can you buy it for me? He was like, you know her? And I'm like, sure. So,
Yeah.
and that's how I got it. And ever since, that was 2001, I haven't stopped playing it.
Hmm.
So I fell in love with it. And then I found out that she had a previous record. And that's a friend gave me this one. So
Yes.
I now I have both. So I'm really happy to have both
Yes.
albums.
Is that first one called Honey to the Bee?
This one's called Honey to the Bee. Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
Mexican edition.
Oh, cool.
I didn't even know that the album was released here in Mexico. A friend got it for me, and I'm like, oh, this was made in Mexico. I had no idea because I never saw videos from her on MTV or VH1. So
Um, to go off topic for a second, when you buy music at a record store in Mexico, are you getting only Mexican versions or do you have to get imports to get like the international or American version of something?
there are well, there used to be some areas where they sold international editions, but they were way too expensive. So
Hmm.
whatever you could find on the shelves was Mexican editions. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's good. You're making your own CDs there. We're going to make our own CDs in Canada because apparently, there's some problems with us getting our stuff down to the States
Oh,
now.
yeah, really don't tell me about it. We're in the same thing over here. So
We have another bond.
yeah, of course, we shouldn't be having those troubles with the US, but well,
But yeah,
whatever.
not to get political, but yeah, it's an
No.
interesting time. Um, but yeah, so I watched this documentary on YouTube about Billie when she was like 15 or 16 doing like press for her first album, and she was like a
Hmm.
shy young teenager.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was only 14, 15 when she recorded the album. She was so young and the youngest singer to ever to score a number one in the UK. So she was so young. I couldn't believe it when I saw that she was only 14 because she looked a bit older to me, like 16, 17. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, she did very well with her first album. Her first two singles weren't number one.
Hmm.
So it was really cool
Yeah, I watched that video because we want to. Was that the very first single?
because we want to. Yes. Hmm.
Hmm. And I thought, hey, that's she's got a decent voice on her. She's got good choreography. She seems like she's a good young talent. I'm discovering her for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah, she knew how to dance. I mean, if you compare her to artists from the time like Britney Spears, she had the same moves. She knew how to dance. So
Hmm.
she had the whole package.
Why gotta play that song so loud? Because we want to. Because we want to. Why always run around in crowds? Because we want to. Because we want to. Why do you always have
So after the first single, so she's had 2 albums, which I can't believe because I thought for sure she would have had way more music. And that's it.
You know what? I think, in my opinion, that when she released the third and final single from the second album, the same album title, Walk of Life, the song, I think it only peaked at number 25 or something in the charts. It didn't go as well as her previous singles. So the record label was like, oh, she's flopping. And so I don't know if they decided to cut, the money to spend it on on a fourth single. And rumors has it that she was being stalked by a fan that was threatening her to kill her family and her friends. And so she decided to leave the music industry and focus more on her music career. But there's like a lot of over that. And she had talent. I mean, you can just bail because one of your songs didn't make it as far as the others. So it was like, okay, if this one didn't make it, I'm going to release another and just keep there. But, well, it didn't happen.
How did she do crossover wise out of the UK? In the UK, I think she was a pretty big mega star.
Yeah, she then began working in Japan. I think because if you go to Japan as a pop singer, you're gonna do great because Japanese people love pop singers, even Christian singers. When even Japanese people are not Christian, it's crazy. So they thought it was a good idea to release her in Japan, and then I think that's when she moved to the US. Then she to promote her third single, "She Wants You," which made it to number 9 on the US dance charts.
She moved to the US for a while. I didn't know that.
No, she didn't. She went to promote. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes total sense for sure.
Yeah. But only for the first album. The second album, I think it was only promoted in the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. Yeah.
I watched the music video for Day and Night. Day and Night. And I thought, well, she grew up from one album, obviously, to the next, which is something that's inevitable for a young pop star. It'd be really weird if they didn't.
Exactly.
And I thought, wow, this is very good production. Like this song is really cool. It's catchy. I can see a big hit out of this. So I'm kind of surprised that, it didn't go on to become internationally successful. And like I said, up in Canada, we did not get much information on her. We tend to get a lot of international artists that do well here because we had much music. And those artists were plugged. So sometimes we know more about UK artists than those in the US would know about some UK artists.
Okay.
But then again, like I said, that's how I knew her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. I think I saw an article in a magazine or something, but I don't remember watching her videos. So it wasn't until I went to London that I was like, this called my attention, I'm going to get it. So it was like, more, let's try if it's good, and happily it was. But
Come on, buzz me up to heaven, baby. Come on, buzz me up to heaven. I've been missing you, I should be kissing you. Wanted you to be, that's you for me. I wouldn't tell, I got a love I can't deny. Wanted you to be, that's you for me. Wanted you to be, that's you for me. Wanted you to be. I close my eyes and I see you clear. It feels like you're lying here. All the things I wanna say come and go. Easy as a breeze, those words just flow. I float on air like any feather. Your love so sweet like an open flower. I'm dizzy from the time we spent together. I need that honey drip every hour. I'm thinking about your sugar lips. Got a feeling for you now that's so strong. I'm dreaming of the candy in your fingertips. Baby, don't stay away from it too long. I've been missing you, I should be kissing you. Wanted you to be, that's you for me. the beat, that's you for me. Wanna do the beat, that's you for me. Wanna do the beat.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hi. If you enjoy Dope Nostalgia, thank you. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber today for as little as $1 a month. It helps keep the show on the air and rolling. So if you want to check out our Patreon, it's at patreon.com/dope nostalgia. $1 a month, and you'll be helping support one of your favorite podcasts.
Hi, this is Desmond Child, and you're listening to Dope Nostalgia.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hey!
Hey guys, we're an 80s and 90s / NKOTB podcast.
That's New Kids on the Block, if you didn't know that.
We're here to share your stories.
Yeah.
And ours.
Yeah.
And
have a good time.
Have a great time.
Let's be nostalgic.
Talk about what it was like growing up.
In the 80s and the 90s.
Talk about what we were wearing, the music we were listening to, the bands we liked,
the movies we watched,
the TV shows, all the pulp culture stuff.
All of that stuff. That's what we talk about in this podcast. So,
and a heavy helping of New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, so, but here's the thing. If you aren't a New Kids on the Block fan, that's okay, because we flip-flop between the topics each week. So we do a New Kids on the Block episode one week, which we call the Block Party, and then we do a 80s 90s episode. So,
which is 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And we welcome you to listen to one or the other or all.
Yeah. Join us. Be our guest.
Be our guest. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
What are you doing, Sam?
You are getting sleepy.
What?
You will now call Kraft macaroni and cheese. Kraft cheese and macaroni.
'Cause it's the cheesiest.
Yeah.
Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner has more cheese than anyone else. That's why it's the cheesiest.
You hand over your cheese and macaroni. I was this close.
Kraft cheese and macaroni, the cheesiest.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite songs of hers? Like, do you have one favorite song, at least from each of the albums?
Yeah, from the first album. When it comes to the singles, my favorite single by Billie is She Wants You. And from this album, my favorite song is called Officially Yours.
Okay.
It's really cool. And from the Walk of Life, I love the single Something Deep Inside, but I think my favorite would be Bring It On, which is a song that co-wrote Cara Dioguardi.
Oh, yes. The former American Idol judge. And
yes.
She's a very big songwriter. Yes. Especially in that era. So obviously she was probably working on, Billie was probably very much working on a US crossover to be working with American writers and such, right?
Yeah, that was the idea. But like I said, when her third single, let's just say it flopped, but I don't think it flopped, things changed. And then she was like, I don't want to record anymore. And well, she did very well on her acting career. I think she has earned a lot of awards as an actress. She worked on Broadway for a while. She has done a lot, and has stated a couple of times that she would like to return to music, but nothing yet. So,
well, I understand that like she was into acting before she became a singer, and that was kind of like her original love to begin with. So that was one reason she felt comfortable going back into it. But I find it impressive how well known she is as an actress more than anything. And yeah, like, I'm just trying to think of some shows that, have you watched any of the shows she's been in?
No, I don't think I have. I think I once watched like a bit of the Secret Diary of a Call Girl, but I don't remember much. So
yeah, I want to see if I can find that show on a streaming service or whatnot. I watched a few of her interviews. I think I saw her on the Jonathan Ross show in the UK. And it was interesting to see the development between like shy, young, teenage Billie into like confident woman, grown-up Billie. You know?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't blame her. She was 14, 15 when she began. You were you're just beginning to live. So,
And you're forced to grow up too.
Yeah, yeah. But she was really cool and dedicated. She was everywhere in the UK. She was like the huge pop princess. But you know that back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a huge wave of upcoming artists. So it was really hard to keep track on everyone and to be number one. So I believe that when Britney Spears came to the scene, a lot of things changed, and she was like the center of attention for all.
Yeah. And then every record company wanted to make their own version of Britney, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Apparently she had been dating somebody quite famous when she was out at a Smash Hits awards show, and she got booed by the girls because the girls were jealous that she was dating this guy.
She was dating a guy from Five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his name right now.
I can't recall right now. He's the
I have her-
blue-eyed guy.
I have her Wikipedia pulled open here, or I'm looking at some of this stuff, but yeah, I'll edit that in what his name is.
Yeah, no, it's not Scott. It's I can't remember his name, but he was one of the former members of Five.
Yeah. Yep. The girls couldn't take it.
That's so mean. I mean,
Yeah. It is. But I mean, that's teenage girls. Like I know, like sometimes they're just like, no, he's supposed to be my boyfriend. Like that's why the
Yeah.
record companies want you to think that all of the boy bands are single.
exactly.
Yeah. Um, she did a song for a Pokemon movie called "Making My Way Any Way
Making
That I
My Way.
Can."
Yes.
How do you like
that
that?
song? I like it. That was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, on the Japanese edition of Walk of Life. I think that song was featured on that album. It's not in here, but I think it was on the Japanese edition to this album. She had
okay.
a lot of
Nice.
unreleased songs that were later included in the greatest hits that was released by her record label. So
Yeah.
they included a couple of songs I never heard of, like Tinted Eyes and Love something. I can't
Okay.
remember the name. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, his name is Richie Neville.
Richie Neville. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Richie Neville. But nominated for 2 Brit Awards. I wonder if she never actually got to win a Brit Award, unfortunately. That's too
No,
bad.
she got to perform there. She did a great performance with Steps, Tina Cousins, Cleopatra, and Bewitched. They did this performance for ABBA. Like how you call it, like an honorary,
Like a tribute, like a medley?
a tribute. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, like a tribute to ABBA. So it was really cool.
Okay, I did see a clip of that. I
Yeah.
did. It was quite impressive. I love the Brit Awards and how they do things up. So, did she tour anywhere in the world? Did she tour and do live shows?
I think only in the UK. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure if she went other places, but probably did some promotion, in Japan and Australia, but I don't know if a whole tour.
Yeah, because I was kind of lacking on seeing live videos of her, and I was hoping to catch more of what she was like as a performer on stage.
Yeah, you can see a lot of her performances from Top of the Pops and
Mhm.
City UK and those shows that were the thing back then.
Top of the Pops being such a huge show in the UK, but from what I understand, they require you to lip sync when you're on Top of the Pops.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Mhm.
I wonder if they've changed that because of all the pressure about the negativity surrounding lip syncing, but I don't know.
I've seen a couple of performances from other singers not doing lip singing, including Destiny's Childs, with their Bills performance. I don't know. I think Clea, some probably didn't do lip singing, but it was really common, and it is still today. You know.
Hmm. Well, is there anything else you want to add to talking about Billie that you would recommend to our listeners just to like get them familiar with her and her music?
Well, you should definitely give a try if you like really good pure pop music to listen to both her albums. There are only two, like I just said, so you can find really good bops over there. Her singles, there was a very good choice of singles in her first album from Because We Want To, Girlfriend, She Wants You, and Honey to the Bee. Those were like really cool singles. You could hear a more innocent young Billie, and if you go to her second album, you can see a more mature woman with more mature lyrics too, not just so cheesy. So you can find really cool songs on her discography. So give her a try.
Thank you for giving us so much knowledge about Billie too. I really appreciate how much you shared with us. I want to also to ask you a few more questions before we wrap things up about your music tastes and loves.
Okay.
What was your first CD you ever bought?
Uh, uh, the first C was by a Mexican girl group called Jeans.
Yeah.
Their first album, it's a self-titled, it was released in '96. So it was a gift from my mom.
And then that kind of started the ball rolling with your love of pop music?
Yeah, it did. I love that girl group. I mean, they're Mexican, but they sing in Spanish, but I grew up listening to them. And ever since I have been a collector. So I don't know where I'm going to put all of this stuff right now because, like I mentioned, I have a daughter. So now with all her stuff, plus my stuff, plus my husband's stuff, it's like I don't know where I'm going to put things. But music is there with me.
What do you collect? Do you collect CDs, memorabilia, vinyl?
CDs, mostly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool that you still have them. I made a very devastating decision when I let mine go. I kept maybe a few of the very like rarities that,
Oh,
but then
but
I was like, I need to, what's the word when you get less stuff in your life?
I know. You're not a hoarder anymore.
I'm a very selective hoarder.
Okay,
So,
well, yeah.
so I just keep certain things, but yeah, like it was just time to let go, and that was really hard to do.
Yeah, I know. I can't let go of my CDs. I can let go of other stuff, but not my CDs. They're my thing. And sometimes my husband is like, "You don't even listen to them anymore. Why you have them?" I'm like, "Why you care? There's my things. Those are my things. I love them. It's like I love seeing the booklets. It's
Hmm.
nowadays you cannot enjoy that experience of opening a CD and reading the whole booklet and stuff. It's different.
But if you're collecting the CDs, you still get that experience, which is nice. It's just something that it's not, you have to try harder to do now.
Yeah, but you don't get to find a lot nowadays because those stores are no longer here.
No.
So I have to order everything.
Yep. And the prices aren't good. Like the prices are really
No, and
not
now
good.
when we were talking about what's going on with the US and Mexico, so everything is
Yeah.
getting more expensive.
Yeah. But okay, there's this place online called Discogs.
Oh, I love it.
Not to do a commercial for them, but they've been really useful and reasonably priced for a lot of things and a
Yeah.
lot of the imports are from Europe, not
Yep.
so I have the want list.
Oh,
So you put
yeah.
in
Uh-huh.
things that you're looking for to get and you'll get an email if someone starts selling it.
Yeah, it's great. I have ordered a couple of things over there.
Me too. It's been great. I love it, love it, love
So
it.
you do collect CDs too?
I'm into vinyl now, but
Okay.
I literally only have maybe 7 or 8 albums. That's it. That's all I
Oh,
have because it's so expensive.
I know. I know.
Um,
So yeah,
but
they're coming back because it used to be the thing
yeah,
back in the '70s, '80s. So now that they're coming back, the prices are like, whoa.
ridiculous. Yeah, and even like so I need to get into the habit of like going to check out a used record store. In fact, maybe I'll do that today. Maybe I'll go to a used record store and tell you if I find anything cool.
Yeah, that's what I have some friends in the US too that do that, and they have helped me with my collection too, because I don't get to see used CD stores around here. It's so rare. And mostly
Yeah.
it would be, like more regional music. No, not much the things I like. So
Yeah, but sometimes you can find a gem. That's what I'm hoping for.
you never know. Yeah.
And if anybody's listening out there, the biggest want list, this is so cheesy. It's on my vinyl list is the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch album, Music for the People. It's like, and I see it online on Discogs and it's like $70 to get it at least. Yeah.
Well, I saw that you interviewed the girls of Nobody's Angel, and
Yes.
did you know that they record a second album? Did they tell you that?
That never saw the light of day?
No, it was shelved, and
Yeah.
it was sold on Discogs for about, I know the amount in Mexican pesos,
Mhm.
which was like 50,000 pesos. So
Oh.
I don't know. It was like,
That'd be like $100?
no, way more.
Okay.
Hold on, let me check because the pricing was crazy.
I haven't. Okay, I'm going to Mexico probably in March, so I got to get my pesos conversion right.
Oh, you're coming? You're coming to Mexico? That's great.
Well, I'm going to probably be in the Mayan Riviera.
Oh.
Favorite spot for Canadian travelers.
I know it's full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but it's great that you come. I mean, I love it.
Mhm.
Let me tell you. Okay, here I have it. If it's worth 50. 20, no, I'm sorry, $2,000.
What?
Yeah.
Woo!
$2,000 for one copy of an album that was never released, and you don't even know if it's gonna get to you. So
Yeah.
it's crazy, and
Yeah.
a lot of pop music fans are looking for that.
That's exciting though. Like, that's so interesting to find those rarities. But damn, I don't have $2,000 for it.
No, and even if I did, I don't think I'd spend them on that. Like,
No,
I have
I don't
other
think so.
expenses.
I'm looking for the CD of the solo CD EP that Jordan Knight put out called The Fix, and he put it out in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And like the only way you could buy it, I remember at that time, I think, was either from his website or at his shows. So I never got a copy of it. I just got MP3s, and I want the CD. So that one's over $200 or $300 to find on eBay. On eBay.
But picture this, $2,000. It's a lot.
Yep, that's ridiculous.
So you are into boy bands like New Kids on the Block?
Hardcore. Yes.
Okay. Hardcore. Okay. I get it.
I follow New Kids around like a lost puppy on their tour.
That's so cool.
That's an exaggeration, but yeah, no. Me and a big group of girlfriends, we always meet up at the New Kids events in the U.S. and we go and spend time together and do meet and greets and go to the shows. It's really fun.
Oh, I know. It's fun. I love it. I mean, I didn't grow with the New Kids on the Block because when they were on, I was like 3.
Yeah.
So, but nowadays I get to listen to some of their songs, and they're pretty cool. I was more into NSYNC. So.
Of course. So would you pick NSYNC over Backstreet?
Oh, yes.
NSYNC was your group?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite member?
Chris Kirkpatrick.
Yeah. Nice.
Underrated, but yeah, he was great because mostly all the time Justin and JC got to sing, but the others were cool too.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I really like the fact that you get some justice for Chris, like he was awesome. And he's the funny guy too.
Yeah. Him and Joey. Yeah.
And Fu Manskito. Woo. See, that's what you need. You need some vintage Fu Manskito outfits.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Mariel, for spending time with me today. I hope you had fun.
Oh, I did. Thank you so much for inviting me, Naomi. I had a great time. It's great to talk about singers that I love, and it's great that you chose Billie to talk about, and that your listeners get to give her a try
and me too.
And you too, and give me feedback on what you think about it.
Absolutely. And maybe we'll do another episode in the future.
Yeah, I would love to have you on my show too, and I'm ready to set up with my friends from Brazil and Colombia.
Oh, that would be super cool. I would love that.
I'll let you know soon.
The only sad thing is I wish I spoke Spanish, but I don't. Not very.
But we do it in English.
Okay. But I know you do it in English too, but I just feel like silly if I don't know Spanish.
No, don't worry, because the other guy, the guy from Brazil, he does speak a little Spanish, but his main language is Portuguese, so that's why we do it in English. So don't worry.
Okay.
As long as we understand.
So fun.
As long as we understand each other.
That'll be so fun. Yes, keep me in mind.
Of course I will. Thank you, and take care, and see you soon.
You too. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
That make me feel so right. My shining star, my shining light. It's the day and night, babe. It just ain't the same when you're away. You are my inspiration. I'm hanging on to every word you say, 'cause you are my
You can follow Dope Nostalgia on Instagram at dope_nostalgia and YouTube at Dope Nostalgia Podcast. Call and leave a message on our voicemail toll free. The number is 1-888-741-9192.
This podcast is licensed by SOCAN because we believe that artists should be paid for their work.
Hey there, music lovers. Did you know that getting licensed to share music online is not just the right thing to do? It's also super important for supporting creators and the music industry. That's why we're proud to be licensed by SOCAN, a copyright collective that grants licenses for online music broadcasts in Canada. By getting licensed through SOCAN, you ensure that every beat, every note, and every melody that you play is compliant and fair to the creators. Join us in supporting the music community. Visit SOCAN's website at www.socan.com and get your web radio, podcast, or any other use of online music licensed today. Let's stream beautiful music together, legally and ethically. SOCAN. Music, people, connected.
Hey friends. I kind of miss getting those messages on my answering machine like we used to back in the day. What I'd really love is to hear from you, the listeners of Dope Nostalgia. This is your chance to be on the show, giving feedback, telling us what you love, what you hate, and who you'd like to see more of. Call us at our new toll-free number, 1-888-741-9192. Leave us some feedback. Your message could be played on the show. So give us a call, 1-888-741-9192. Toll-free.